Before we start this week's episode, I just wanted to say, from all of us here at the basement, our hearts go out to those affected by the events that took place today in Newtown, Connecticut.
I faked him and then I went top
Okay.
corner and it worked.
Hello and welcome to the That's fucking hot. Fucking basement.
Alright, you should try that again.
Hello and welcome to the basement. This
Fuck
is
you,
episode
Marty.
number 41.
You fucking dickhead.
Um,
Die in hell.
I don't know today's date. It's December something.
13.
December.
13th.
13th.
Fuck.
It's December 13th,
The Hobbit came out today.
2012.
It's
Midnight.
coming out tomorrow.
Midnight, yo.
We just played a horrible game of hockey.
Don't even get me going.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was the most
For the record, I blame Josh. The whole thing.
despicable.
Can't win a mother-loving face-off to save his fucking life.
The most
What a kick in the balls.
fucked up shit. I do want to take some off of this week.
Don't make me say the story again. Don't make me.
Dan, 20 seconds. 3 goals. How does that happen?
Dan might not be talking too much this week. But anyway, I'm JD. This week I'm joined by 3 very good friends. Across the table from me we have Dan Kelly.
That game was so bad.
To my left, we have Dan Snow. Who's just shaking his head, that's all he's gonna do.
And to his right,
And to my left, come on, show me that. And to my left, Mike Harrington.
Hey, I'm the one that enjoyed watching these 3 play. It was fun.
Dan,
Oh.
tell your Black Santa story.
We've got a very despicable hockey story to tell, maybe, if Dan doesn't shout off too many.
Don't get him going.
Yeah, let's just leave it alone.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
Just don't do it.
Let's go positive.
Dan, you should go too
Positive
aggressive.
place.
Too aggressive. I wish I could have 6 guys in the ice.
Goal.
Fuck, we don't need a fucking netminder. Go ahead, continue. I'm just gonna.
You play the strategy?
I'm fucking making it so we fucking win.
Don't
Did
do
you make
that.
Mike's Bix the starter and bench
Why not?
Bordeaux?
Box?
You like the box?
Kinda.
You want passive
The
box?
box is his second home.
Passive.
Passive box? I like the diamond, because then you can clear out the fucking crease.
Anyway, did you make it so Bordeaux is benched for a while? And
Oh, yes.
anyway,
That was really an abomination, but anyways.
in this past week, I didn't do too much.
I did jack shit,
I
but played
didn't have
Dota too.
the opportunity to. But I bought a new TV. It's much better than my
Other
viewer.
really nice TV. Asshole.
The viewer's not that great. But I can actually have surround sound with this thing. That thing didn't have audio outputs. You made it peak. Are you done? Are you done making the viewers deaf?
Are you done at making us lose at hockey?
It's not my fucking fault. I'm not the only one to blame. We won the face-off 2 of those goals.
Just accept the fact that y'all lost as a team, okay? You play as a team, you win as a team, you lose as a team.
You have to turn the TV off so we actually can concentrate here?
You don't want to say it?
I don't care. You can rant all you want.
Nope. I'm going to tell the story of how I'm going to kill Marty Brodeur. Later on in the
Alright, so you haven't played anything at all?
I didn't play anything. No, I unfortunately had some
If
business
you
to
have
take
Steam,
care of
check it.
on Monday and Tuesday.
You're white, man.
Yes, I know I'm white.
I've just played LA Noir a bunch. And then I tried Fight Night again, and it's still not happening though. Because the guy that I'm fighting is just, he's too fucking stacked for me to do anything.
Way to hit
He
me.
he totally drains me before I like get to do
Not
anything.
either.
And I like refuse to lose.
Oh.
Like my guy's 30-0, and I refuse to lose. And like
I can understand that.
you know, it just yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Just Fight Night and failing, and then LA Noir trying to get 5-star stuff, which is a
See how
pain
it
in
is
the balls.
Oh yeah.
You know, definitely a pain in the balls because it's so easy to miss one thing that fucks your rating completely.
I mean, I've got the guide, and I try not to use the guide, but I'm thinking of going through so I can get 5 stars on them and just use the guide.
Yeah, it's good
I'm-
either way.
I'm definitely going to use the guide to try and find out where at least some of the
Mine's got
freaking film reels are so I can understand how they hide them.
Oh, way to trip,
Yeah.
man. Way to trip.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, with other Rockstar games, like GTA and the hidden packages, you can kind of learn where you could expect one.
Yeah.
I have yet to run into a film reel.
I've just been trying to get cars.
Oh, wait, not gonna-
I have like hardly any cars. Just been going to garages around the whole city looking for all the hidden cars. 'cause
what?
There's only fucking 15 of them.
I've got all 15.
I'm confused.
Some of them are so odd looking.
How,
They're like
since when did you go
spaceship
past the red
cars.
light?
It's funny.
I knew about the Phantom Corsair before this game.
Yeah.
And I've always loved that car. I knew about it since I was like 5.
Do you like that year though?
With them.
That year of that? Because they only have the one year.
It was a concept car.
Oh really?
There was only like 6 made.
Wow.
And the story behind it was Russ Hines, which is from the Heinz Ketchup Company, came up with the idea of this in his head, and 2 automakers decided, okay, let's make this.
Where's yours?
So,
There's the A button.
so they built a couple. It did perfect through wind tunnels and shit. And it was a beautiful luxury car. It was ahead of its time on some of the features it had.
Yeah.
I mean, it had little wings, and the doors opened electronically, first of all, for a 1936 car.
Yeah.
And then they had little wings in the roof that would go up as you got in to make headroom easier to get in. The dash was cork, so if you get in an accident, it was soft. It had the fog lights moved around the corner, so you could actually still see.
You gotta
I
be
mean,
right to a club.
It even had a
GAW?
one of the gauges on the dash measures altitude. So it was way ahead of its time for 36.
Yeah, no kidding.
But the weird thing is, Russ Hines was headed to a car show while driving another car that was being transported there somewhere else. He died in a car crash while driving another car.
Ironically.
Then an actor got it. Turn it off.
We have nothing to talk about right now.
I don't care. Still.
'Kay.
I can't remember the actor's name at the moment of who got it. But again, he was riding another car, and he also died in a car crash. So it's kind of, it was on. I heard it from a old TV show called Great American Mystery Cars, which was narrated by Adam West.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
And
For
that
those
car,
of you that don't know, he's Batman.
he pulled up in it, and you see the car from the very beginning, and it's a sleek-looking car. It actually, they did a real good job with
Bless
the
you.
way it looks in the game.
Thank you.
I think I'm deaf.
Huh?
I think I really am deaf.
Why?
Because that was really loud in my left ear.
Yeah. Kind of tingled mine a little too.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
Sorry, guys. I don't
Oh.
try to sneeze
Yeah,
loud.
it's all good.
But that was when I picked that game up on my way into work one day because it's going in late, and I sat there in the parking lot at GameStop for a while looking at the guide for looking at the hidden vehicles, and the second I saw Phantom Corsair as one of the hidden vehicles, I was like, I don't even care what the rest are. I shut the book and get to work so I can come home and play it.
My buddy came back from the
Yeah.
Navy.
That's what's up.
Cool.
I just threw it down, rushed to work, rushed home,
That way.
just so I could play it.
Yeah, I got a crap load of stuff to do in that game still too. I'll be doing
Yeah.
that when I go home.
The 3-wheeled vehicle is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. They got some pretty interesting, just random cars for the hidden ones
They do.
that you wouldn't know of.
It's getting all the like all the work like cars. That's a pain in the ass. 'Cause
I'm missing a bunch of street. I've got a lot of the work ones.
Like, cause like a lot of them are trucks. Like they're not even cars. They're mostly trucks. And like there's a lot of trucks that you think are different, but they end up being the same. And you're like, fuck you.
I just wish one thing that they did was like GTA. Whenever you got in the vehicle, it showed the car.
Fucking tool in that picture.
I wish you did it with that too, not just the first time you get in it.
Yeah.
I was like, with a lot of the cars, they're extinct brands, so you don't know what it is.
Intoxicated.
and a few of them are extinct brands that didn't even make it out of the 50s. Like there's Nash in there. Nash died in like the 70s.
It's funny because Nash is the main car you drive too when you're.
Yeah, you're.
It's for homicide and
Yeah.
for do you get it in traffic too?
I think it's traffic.
Traffic.
No,
And,
traffic's the Buick, isn't it?
Is it Buick?
I think that's the big Buick.
The Nash is homicide, and then
It's a caddy when you're Vice.
When you're Vice, yeah, and then Arson. I can't remember.
Arson might be the other Nash.
Is it another Nash?
I think that's the other Nash. Anyway, moving along. So, after seeing the graphics in that game, I hope to see that similar. Actually, I've seen screenshots and something from GTA, so I'm really excited for the next GTA, based off of what Rockstar, there we go, can do off their graphics, and
You were gonna say Rock Band, huh?
I almost did. Can do now with their bigger open world games.
Yeah, they're. Oh, I know. I definitely like got me to give Rockstar a chance. So never been a big fan, but
I'd like to see a second LA Noire.
yeah, that would be nice.
I just want to know, did Rockstar get the facial recognition equipment and stuff rights from
I think after the game got made, I think they did.
because
Maybe. I don't know.
that company that made that was a team.
Bravo?
No, it's the second. It was like an Australian company that they worked with.
It's like the first fucking thing that
It's
pops
the- yeah.
up when you play the game too. That's horrible that I can't think of that. It begins with a B too. I guarantee you it begins with a B.
Whoever they are, they developed that equipment, and then they went under. So I want to know if Rockstar bought it from them before they went under.
I hope they did. I hope they were smart enough to.
I couldn't imagine that they weren't, but
It was one of Rockstar's most successful games. I mean, like everyone loved that game. I haven't heard one person say a bad thing about it. Even
Now
peop-
that's fucking bullshit.
even people that haven't played it, you know, I don't think would say anything bad about it.
That makes me upset.
like one mission I'd love to see them do like a flashback or something too. Would be the Zoot Suit riots
Yeah.
that happened in '42 out in LA and San Fran. It was referenced in one of the missions. Real brief, it was referenced,
There's a lot of things that are referenced that they could tack on.
but they didn't actually go into it. And it would be an exciting storyline for one of the desks to be doing the Zoot Suit riots.
I love that. I still can't get over the fact that like they actually like the whole map is actually like put out like how it was everything was in the 1940s. Like the map is exactly how it was.
One small detail that I like is the fact that the Hollywood sign actually says Hollywood Land.
Yeah.
As it did in the 1940s.
That's what's up. Yeah, I forget when they actually changed it when they took the land off.
When it fell.
What year was that though?
I don't remember. I was thinking the 50s. The Hollywood sign actually went into what's the word I want? Despair, I should say. Because it was just it was a billboard, that's all it was. Hollywood Land was supposed to be a housing development up in that area, and it was going to be called Hollywood Land. So all that was advertising for it. Then contracts and stuff fell through, and he didn't get the money to build it. But the sign stayed because it became a staple.
Yeah.
And then it just started deteriorating because nobody was keeping it up. And at one point, one of the land fell off in a landslide, I believe. And then the letters just started breaking up in the Hollywood Land. At one point, the first O turned into a U. And it didn't even say Hollywood anymore at one point. The first letter got broke in the early 40s and moved the place because the guy who owned the land and was the head of this drove off the cliff by mistake or was drunk or something and crashed into one of the letters.
That sucks.
What the fuck was that?
But one of the contributors for the new Hollywood sign was Alice Cooper.
I never knew that.
He donated the money for one of the letters. You can actually go on the Wikipedia and it gives you who donated what letter.
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
And Alice Cooper is donator of one of the letters.
That's what's up.
One of the crooners, one of the famous crooners from the 40s with another. Can't remember, like Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, one or the other.
That's what's up. I'll have to look those up when I go in.
But that was, I read into that afterwards because I didn't know that it had to be replaced because it fell into such despair.
Yeah.
I knew it was originally Hollywoodland. I knew that much.
That dude's gonna get whipped with fucking flash.
Moving along, that's pretty much that. Let's see, what do I want to take off this list? There's something to do this week.
Kill Mighty Bro, dude.
Oh, I got something to show you. I thought this was funny. You probably will too.
I saw that. Is that from hockey on Facebook?
Yeah.
Fan, NHL, now kiss. I'll just take off like 2 of these things off this list and we'll see what we can get out of the episode. What's my favorite glitch
Favorite glitch?
in a game?
Shit. Favorite. That's a.
That's a good one. Huh?
That's a very good one.
I've seen way too many.
I've had a lot of good ones. It's hard to pick. Hard to pick a favorite.
I can give you some I've heard off online too.
My favorite Skyrim glitch has to be from when I was fighting a herd of mammoths and a giant. And the way that I was standing, the mammoth was walking in place, but it was just going up and up and up and up. And I just stood in the same place until it was going up where I couldn't see it. I moved and it came back down. And I moved back over, it went back up. And it was trying to chase after me. Because I attacked the giant.
Sweet.
And the giant was stuck on a rock.
Yeah.
Like his leg was broken, it looked like it was stuck on a rock. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Dan?
What about you?
You got
That's
one?
the only one that I can actually think of because I'd be
that's a good
thinking
one.
forever.
Yeah, that's a good one though.
Very difficult.
There's gotta be one that's stuck with you though.
One that stuck with me.
That glitch where you lose in NHL.
That's not a favorite. Alright. While you think, I got one that I read off of Tumblr. I follow this person on Tumblr that's follows stuff. And they had favored one from someone else. They just walked out of the 38, and all of a sudden, 2 Brahmin come running down the strip with like 2 or 3 NCR members chasing it down in the next gate.
Oh.
And it's just like, what the fuck? I think someone commented on it saying, how'd the Brahmin get 2,000 caps to get on the strip?
That's awesome.
Another one, I saw a picture of this one. They were swimming in air.
Swimming in air.
They were like 30 feet off the ground, and they were just like swimming.
Wow. Sounds like somebody like tripping balls and like trying to swim.
It's like, the fuck is that? But that's Dan. Why are you hiding yourself?
He's angry.
Anyway, my favorite would I don't know. I've had so many happen with fucking Fallout.
Fallout, yeah, that's glitch. That's glitch lands. If it's a Bethesda game, there's gonna be some awesome glitches.
Joel shaved his beard?
Really?
Heresy. Wow.
I thought you meant like you took that off.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I've seen him without that. He looks fucked up. No offense, Joel. I love you.
What'd you say?
My favorite glitch
was?
that actually happened to me. Well, the one that's coming to my mind at the moment was when I was going through New Vegas, one of the DLCs, The Divide.
Yeah.
I'm in one of the silos and I'm walking into this room. I hear, ta-ding, 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 ta-ding. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? So I walk in the room and I'm getting shot at, and all of a sudden I see behind him something just like bouncing around in the air behind him and then just shoot through the wall. So I'm like, the fuck? So I kill the guy in front of me. I walk in and I'm still hearing this thing, ta-ding, 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 ta-ding. I walk into this room where I find what I'm looking for, and there's a turret over in the corner and it is spazzing out.
Yeah.
And I walk over to it and the freaking crosshairs turn red like it's an enemy, and I shoot it. It's red like it's supposed to be attacking me, and it's just spazzing out, bouncing around and shit. Not the whole turret, just the gun on top of it. And it was one of the most fucked up things.
That's for you.
Very nice. Like 15 though. 12. Holy shit.
No, I'm just kidding. It's something on Facebook. One of the things that.
But oh, my favorite. I was up at Raven Rock after the mission there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I see a Enclave soldier. Enemy. He completely runs past me. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow this guy. I'm gonna see where the fuck he's going. I'm right behind him. I'm on top of him, and all of a sudden he just combusts. I get hurt. It fucked me up. Like, what the fuck is that? So I turn around, and there's 2 more red slashes on my radar. So I run back down. Same thing. He just runs past me. I follow him at a distance this time. Gets about the same place. He combusts. I run back down. There's a third guy. Blows by me. I just shoot him. And he keeps running. He gets attacked by... I think it was a mole rat attacked him. No, rat scorpion. I'm like, crap. That thing's gonna fuck him up. So I helped him. I shot the thing, thinking, alright, that's gonna break his concentration. He's gonna come after me.
Yeah.
Nope. We kill the rat scorpion. He keeps running and combusts. So I think Carl was over and he's like, go with us, see what happens. So I walk over there and I'm moving around all around, jumping up and down. Nothing's happening to me. It's like, okay, what the fuck did they just combust?
Real. Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Like, I actually stopped. One of them I tried running in front of him. There was like no slay call or anything on him that would have blown up.
Yeah.
So that's getting my favorite, like, memorable glitch.
I remember I have one that I saw that was it wasn't my personal one, but it was one that I saw that was fucking awesome. I can't remember if it was Oblivion or Morrowinds. You know how there was that glitch where with the arrow, you shoot an arrow and like if you hit the object, it explodes into like a million other objects of the same. It's the
I heard
same
about that one.
object. My friend modded. He must have modded it or something like that because there's either that or was something he must have put in it or I don't know how he did it, but he showed me. It was like a fucking was it dildo? So it must have been a mod or something.
It had to have been.
And he I was in awe that it was even a dildo, and like you know he's actually holding the dildo in the game. It's just it's wrong looking, and you know he drops it, and then he's like, watch this. Goes into the menu, pulls out his bow and arrow, shoots the dildo, and then all of a sudden a million dildos just like fucking explode all over the screen. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I was like, it's like, oh my god, look at all the dildos.
Oh my god.
It was great. Yeah, that was a fun one to watch.
This isn't really a glitch. This is more a cheat and then something that they added into the game. But in Doom 3, if you do the no clipping cheat to get outside the walls,
yeah,
you can basically float and you go above the map. At some point above the map, there's this little square box that you can get into. Just
And you find level 0.
just randomly over the map.
Yeah.
You go inside there, it is full of items.
Oh.
You can
I had to go way
do the no
back.
clipping cheat and turn it off and land in there.
I
And
did,
it's
like,
anything
2
you would have
levels.
picked up in that level.
It was,
Like, remember Doom
10
3 had the
quests,
PDAs you had to
didn't
find?
save it.
Yeah.
The PDAs will be in there.
When it
Oh,
saved,
that's cool.
it was on level
The
0.
same, there'll be a second PDA, the thing,
all the way back.
and you can pick them up in there if you missed them.
Wow.
No,
All
it's-
the
I
ammo
thought
that you
it
find, any guns you'd find on that map, armor, all that stuff you'll find it in there.
Huh.
And it's above every level.
Wow. That would make life easier.
Like if I missed the PDA somewhere, that was.
Well, I mean, can you get back out of that room?
Of yeah, you can just do no.
Oh, okay.
You can do the no clipping sheet again. Get out through the walls, go back into the level where you were.
Oh, okay.
So it was awesome.
That's what's up.
What about least favorite glitch that's happened to you?
Oh,
Skyrim.
When
Well,
your game
I
freezes.
mean, least favorite. Do you mean like
Yeah.
one that just made me mad?
Yeah. Where you got like
When your
angry at the game.
freezes?
Oh man, I had some Dead Space ones that fucking really angered me.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
was walking past the beginning of Dead Space 2 when you're running like past that first part and like all the fucking things are breaking through the windows and shit. I was running and for some reason my guy decided to glitch out and couldn't turn, so I could only run straight. So I'm running into a wall and I can't turn, and the guys are fucking behind me as fast as crap too, because I'm on fucking hardcore mode, which is scary. And I'm like, oh my god, turn, please, please turn, please turn. And he's just running into the wall over and over and over. I'm like, oh my god, I must have died 15 or 20 times.
Portal 2
Dead
before
Space is very scary when you're running away from those things.
Yeah.
Portal 2
Scary.
before it fucked up my Xbox.
And just the fact that you're like all alone and there's no hope of you running into another friendly AI character that's gonna make you feel good for at least a couple minutes.
Dead Space, you have no friends. It's the best way to approach that game.
when you
But Portal
And
2
the one
fucked up
lady
your
that you
Xbox.
do find is like dying.
before it
And
fucked up my Xbox.
You find somebody that's alive, but they're running inside of a room they can't get out of, and then they're just dead.
You
Basically.
occasionally if it loaded from an elevator, instead of loading you in the next test area, it would load you in this little 2x2 square room that was completely black, except for like every 2 minutes, this white light would go by, like an elevator, like you're in the elevator shaft and you see the elevator pass by.
Yeah.
You see this bright white light just, whew. But you could move like 2 steps forward, 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the left, and 2 steps back. So you could perfectly move around in a little 2x2 square, and that would be where you loaded. You could shoot the gun, but it's not the right material to land on.
Yeah.
But you could hear the gun shooting off, and you could see it sparking when it hit something.
Mhm.
But that was it. That's all you could do. So I'd have to like back out, or shut the Xbox off, go back to the game. It would load in the right one, but as soon as I went to the elevator, it would load me in that little square. Then eventually, when I turned it off and turned it back on, it would say open tray.
Wow.
But the game would be in there because I just shut it off with the game in there. Open the tray, close it. Open tray. It wouldn't even try and read one.
Well,
So, Portal 2 killed my Xbox.
I got a good one. And this is an old game too. This happened to me, and it technically isn't a glitch, but it made me think it was a glitch. There's a GameCube game called Eternal Darkness, which is a great game, great horror game. And in the game, your person actually has hallucinations and stuff. And there's some really good ones, but I got a hallucination like all of a sudden my TV like turned off the game and like said like please remove disk or whatever. I thought the game was fucking up on me, and it actually turns out that like it was just a hallucination from the person in the game. And I was like,
That's kind of
the
awesome.
fuck? Yeah. And I was at like, it was like I think it was like 11 or 12. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, that was a hallucination? Like, seriously? There's a bunch of them. Like, your TV mutes, and that's a hallucination. There's some crazy shit in that game.
That's fucked up.
That was that was one of my favorites though, because it literally wasn't a glitch, but
Yeah, it made you think
it
it
made
was.
me think it was a glitch. Yeah.
Speaking of hallucinations, I would love doing the Scarecrow missions in Arkham Asylum.
So that's the way Scarecrow needs to be, and that's why I hated Nolan's Scarecrow, because they fucking ruined him. Because he's not. They just made him into like a fucking like just a person that dishes out fucking
Scarecrow in Arkham was
drugs
actually really
and
cool.
makes people hallucinate. Arkham Asylum, he's actually like looks the way he should look, is creepy, like you get trapped like inside his world and stuff. Like that's the way Scarecrow's supposed to be, Yeah. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City were great games.
I always loved.
Love those games.
I like the Riddler trophies better in
Yeah, the first. Game
the
and
first one. They're
second
the challenges because they're actual like challenges.
Mm.
Like he gave you a fucking riddle, like the Riddler does, and he was trying to figure out what the fuck he meant by it.
I just like I liked that the Riddler was in the second game.
Yeah, that was cool.
Cause Riddler's one of my favorite villains.
He is my
in
favorite
Batman, so I'm glad that they gave him a big part.
I think Bane's a good villain.
Bane is a good villain. Bane's a brute though. Like Bane, it's the same. Like you can only do so long a storyline with Bane because he's just a brute. The best.
But he's also the one that's come the closest to killing Batman
That's true. Yeah. In the comic books, he actually does break Batman's back.
for a while, and then
A long
the
time.
new Batman is screwing everything up.
Then you gotta sit closer.
How about if I move my boot?
Say it again.
How about if I move my boot?
Just getting picked up.
Sorry.
Hold on, I'll fuck with the thing. I'll fuck with the thing.
I don't want you to fuck with anything.
Talk again.
Talk.
Like normal.
Okay.
Talk like this. You have to talk like this.
Something's moving back there.
Alright, you're good.
I'm
You're
gonna
good.
stab it.
I think that
Things about
Mad Hatter had the best part of that whole game, though.
I haven't made it to the Mad Hat.
Oh, dude, you're gonna love it. Literally, to put it frankly, that part of the game, there's a concept art in that game from that part of the game that I'm actually getting tattooed on me. That's how good the part is.
Nice. There's
That impactful.
I forget where I left off in that game.
Just saying.
I wonder why I just haven't gone back to it yet.
Means I can't talk about the ending because I don't want to ruin it for you.
I think I may have seen the ending. I probably have seen the ending.
And then Two-Face kills Robin because Robin has to try and be a freaking hero
What?
in the comics.
In the comic books?
Do you remember that?
Wasn't that a side? Wasn't that
That was
like a
one of
wasn't
the-
that like a different perspective on the comic books? Like it was just an extra couple that they threw in, or was that actually part of that?
It was
series?
one of the Robins because he went through a couple Robins, and then one of them became Nightwing. But one of them died because he tried to take on Two-Face by himself.
Yeah, the
The second one.
yeah.
First one went on to become Nightwing.
Yeah.
And then the third one ends up palling around with Nightwing a little bit.
I always get them fucking confused.
Is there a
I
commercial
can't
in the
remember
game?
their names.
There's Dick
Which one's
Grayson.
which?
Dick Grayson's the
Nightwing. Or is he the one that died?
I think Dick Grayson's the one that died. I think Tim Blake is the one that becomes
Nightwing.
Nightwing. I
Right,
can't
They're
fucking
supposed
I like
remember that.
Nightwing better than Robin.
It's horrible. I can't remember. I always forget it. I
I can't think of all their names.
I gotta
Like-
get back in the comic books. Dick Grayson and Tim Blake are two of them. I just can't.
And then the third one, I don't know.
I don't know the third one either.
Okay. Now I'm gonna turn and look at Dan for this. Biggest rage moment.
Why would you ask?
He just covers himself up.
For those of you that want to know Dan's answer, it occurred.
Well, which
Oh,
one from
It occurred a
NHL?
half hour ago.
Oh,
Yeah, there's so many.
I was gonna say,
You-
there could be so many.
That wasn't. That was like
That was moderate.
mild to nothing.
What was it? I mean, like.
What is your biggest,
What was
Dan?
your
I don't know.
Literally, like you wanted to throw your controller through the screen. Like,
Oh, you did. I don't know that frickin' Matt. That frickin' combat training one with
Oh my god!
Dyer.
Don't even get me going. Don't even.
I left the room. I come back and everybody's playing a different game.
Hmm.
We were on the party with
What happened?
some kids up at his base when he was out in the army.
Yeah.
And we were doing combat training 3-on-3, and one of us was sitting waiting to take a turn.
For what?
This was just combat training. We were fucking around. So it was 3-on-3, but
And what?
Black Ops 2. No, Black Ops. Sorry.
Oh,
In Black Ops. I figured combat training. There's only one game with combat training.
I never did any of that in Black Ops.
We were doing knives only, or like crossbows and stuff.
Yeah, just stupid shit.
So even the kill streak things were like
Stupid.
couldn't be like explosives or something. So what was it? Dyer just had to be the smart guy and say, "Can we use dogs?"
Oh,
God, I
Someone
fucking-
says,
fucking hate dogs.
so someone says, "Yeah, if you can get 11 kills with straight with just knives, go right ahead." So within like 2 minutes, he gets dogs. We're all getting mad at
Fuck, I don't remember.
Anderson for using pistols.
Yeah, I was getting mad at everybody.
Dan was sitting out at first, but I was sucking so bad that I got kicked, and Dan took in for me. I'm like, fine, I'll go upstairs. I'm gonna get something to eat and go to the bathroom.
Wasn't
You got
Joel in there
kicked?
too?
Joe was in there, and so
Shot.
one of us was just observing, and then one we'd swap, and the person would step in.
How Flurry didn't get that, I don't know.
So
You beat him.
It was right from the face.
You
That
misjudged
was
it.
such a bad moment.
I go upstairs to use the bathroom. I was gone for 2.5 minutes.
Mhm.
I come back. Joel's playing a completely different game. There is no party. You're watching a movie.
What happened?
Somebody was offline. Someone completely stopped playing. I'm like, Joel, what happened? And he goes, you left and shit hit the fan. He goes, everybody was getting mad at Anderson for using pistols. Dane was getting mad at Dyer for getting dogs so often. And
I've had a couple moments like that where I just wanted to fucking murder stupid fucking people.
I'm like, Dyer's not even online. Did he kill him?
I wanted to.
Did Dan go in the other room and kill him? He goes, I don't know.
I
I'm like,
broke my phone playing, what was it, Battlefield or Call of Duty?
I can't remember. I'm like,
But I was so pissed that I was punching everything, kicking the wall, and I punched the floor, but my phone
Dude,
was right there.
I've
and
had
I
so
just-
many rage moments.
and then
Did you hear that, Mike?
Mosman being Mosman, everybody's getting mad at Mosman.
When I was having a
Fucking-
rage
I
moment,
hated
I went
that
to
kid
punch the
so
floor,
fucking
like,
much.
right down there.
You see that?
I didn't get
But
mad
my
at him until
phone
that
was
fucking
next to me,
text
and I
message.
just, boom! Punched my
the
phone.
I fucking hated that
It,
kid.
it was more you punched down and your phone was there.
Yeah, I went to not scream,
I'll be back.
and then he caught me looking at my phone like, take.
No, I saw you punch.
Yeah, I know. I didn't.
I looked up and saw, and it was too late to say anything.
I was like, uh-oh.
But you tell him about the one that like literally just happened where I was gonna take Marty Brodeur out.
Oh
back.
my god. We were playing NHL just prior to this podcast.
Put him down like Old Yeller.
And we were playing Tampa Bay, which on the season mode, Tampa Bay is dead last, 13-37. With like, what? How many overtime losses?
Shit, dude.
It was double digits.
Yeah.
So we figured, okay, easy win. We're up 3-0.
Fucking easy win my ass.
We're up 3-0 by towards the midway through the third.
We had 25 seconds left.
Last minute in the game.
No, last
25
I,
seconds.
oh, well, I'm getting there. Last minute in the game, we're like, okay, we really have to suck if we're gonna lose this one.
No, Dan said that.
No, I
Well,
did not say that.
I was thinking that.
Somebody said
I
something.
knew it was.
Then they
Don't-
got the
don't-
first
don't
goal.
Throw it on Dan. Don't throw it on Dan.
They got the first goal, and Dan says, "Oh God, floodgates have opened."
I knew it was gonna happen. I played this game too much.
And
Fuck
it was.
It fucking.
That
the
goal was with
span-
25 seconds to go.
Yeah, and in a span of 25 seconds. First goal was at 49.7. 25 fucking seconds. St. Louis. Fucking Tampa Bay scored 3 fucking goals.
And tied it.
Marty Brodeur and tied it.
Then we go into overtime,
Fucking Lindback's a fucking dumb fuck.
and I shoot it with Bergeron. He gloves it,
Lucky fucking goddamn glove.
but
Yeah, he
when
went
he
to
goes,
go put it back on the ground. He put it behind him and kicked it in.
he didn't even kick it in. He tossed it in.
Yeah, he threw it right off the post.
He threw it right into the post, and it bounced in.
That's even better.
You serious? You fucking
Give me,
That got picked up too.
Give me-
So after that, I told Dan to bench Brodeur. I told him to bench Brodeur, put Mike Smith and Goldberg as our starting and backup. And
Yeah.
what did you say, Dan?
Fuck you, Marty Brodeur, you French Canadian fuck.
Wow.
And the best thing was before that game, we were saying that their goalie had as many wins as Brodeur had shutouts.
Fuck you up, you fucking
So
oh
you,
my fucking god. Bury the fucking thing.
so you're gonna spend some time on the bench.
All right, bye guys.
Just trying to think of a good rage moment I had. I've had a couple.
I've had a lot.
Me too.
Primarily playing shooters.
Multiplayer
Mine
online.
have been a lot of
Multiplayer online.
racing games.
No, even playing through.
Oh,
the
I've had
campaign.
those.
There was a game for N64. I can't remember the name of the game. It was a good racing game though.
Even World of Warcraft.
I literally was in.
Me too.
I was
Get
in
those
first
little-
place
Oh,
the whole
Oh,
fucking first part of the race,
Oh, Dan, get it out.
and I literally led for like 5 laps. I led, and like the last turn I was coming in, fucking someone smashed me in the wall and won. And I literally like picked my system up and fucking threw it to the ground.
Need
I,
for Speed. Any Need for
It
Speed
was-
game, I had so many rage moments with races.
The
I would just
NASCAR game to me.
flip at that game because these people would come out of nowhere. Some of these races would be so freaking hard,
Yeah.
and you'd work their ass off, and you like bump a corner like a little bit, and they just go blowing by you, like,
Past you, yeah.
and you're like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Or somebody bumps you, and then spins you out, and you're like, you got to be kidding me.
I was playing NASCAR 09. I'm in the back of the pack because I'm just trying to get my car handling right. So I'm hanging around the back, just waiting for cautions. I can come in. And all of a sudden, somebody gets into the back of me for like no reason. Because I was just letting people pass me. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't keep it in a straight line to save my life. So I was letting them pass me. And all of a sudden, someone gets into the back of me on the back stretch. I slide across the frickin' front of the track, in front of everybody. Nobody hits me. Sliding perfectly through. On the back stretch, there's an opening for the ambulance to come out of.
Yeah.
I clipped the nose of the ambulance because the ambulance is just past the opening of the wall.
Yeah.
I clipped the opening of that and the wall, and it just ripped my. It would have ripped my car open. It fucked up the front end, blew my motor. This is about 30 laps in. I was trying to do a full race.
Yeah.
A completely full race, like 200 laps. About 20 laps in, I'm just hanging around. And spin, boom, rips it open, done. I was fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's such bullshit thing.
Car games like car games seem to be the worst for me. Like car games and like
Anything that involves
a
talking
couple
to
of boss battles that are like that take so long to like do, and you fuck up one part and then you have to do the whole thing over again. Those suck too.
Like a Zelda game.
I just don't like games that had weird like saving spots, checkpoints.
Yeah.
Like you'd have one section that was really small that had checkpoint, and then you have one where you had to go through a bunch of this shit,
Catherine's like that.
and you get to a checkpoint, you die in between. And it's like, hopefully not to go too far back, and you're like 20 steps back. It's like, the hell?
Yeah.
The last one was 2 steps back from the freaking thing.
Yeah, Catherine's like that. And Catherine's
still wanna play that game.
Catherine's not a short game either, and like the save points literally is like a checkpoint, save, bunch of shit, save, checkpoint, bunch of shit. It repeats like that over and over. It's
Can be irritating.
Oh yeah, especially considering that there's 8 endings that you can get for the game. You know, and if you fuck up one thing,
It'll change everything.
they'll change all of it. Yeah. So, had some rage moments with that too,
That's very believable.
because it's like a puzzle game too. Like, you literally have no time to think. You're literally like climbing upstairs, and like you have to like move everything in certain positions. So like you have no time to think. You're just like this, go, 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 this, go, go, go.
I was used in a NASCAR game. I was used as a fucking blocker. Not even a blocker, just freaking.
Sorry.
I was in dead last, pretty much. I was gonna move over for the leader, because he had a good lead on the other guy. So I was just gonna, out of his way, let him go around me, and he wrecks me to put me in the wall and take out the next 5 cars behind him.
Yeah.
And out of that, I was the only one that couldn't continue on. It blew my fuel cell. I'm like, you motherfucker. It was someone I didn't like anyway. I think it was Kurt Busch. So I was ripped shit already.
Yeah, like some random.
It's like, fuck you! You piece of shit!
I only played one NASCAR game. I think.
Restart the race.
Can't remember what it was. Yeah, restart the race.
Reset the race. First time I see him in the wall.
Red flag.
You motherfucker. Fuck it. That's a good thing about the video games. They don't have red flags because it'd just be pointless. You'd be sitting there with the game doing nothing. Especially if a car slides out of control and hits the
the
jet dryer.
consequence of a red flag.
Dude, that shit was funny.
2 hour delay, and Joel's sitting there saying they're not going to be able to go. They're not going back. They're not going back. I'm like, just wait. I'm like, they've patched the track. They're going to be. He goes, they're not going to be able to patch the track. That's Jedford that burned it.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm like, they'll patch it. I mean, I'm like, I've seen the piece of concrete rip out of the track, and they've gone on, patched it, and continued the race.
Yeah.
And then he's like, once they get the jet dryer moved, he's like, yeah, there's no way that's going to fix. I'm like, just wait. Just wait. I have faith.
Such a negative Nancy. Come on, try you little fucker.
But
Was it 2003? The piece of Martinsville ripped up, went through the radiator of Gordon's car. And they went out there and patched it on the red flag and told... And because of NASCAR ruling, Gordon couldn't work on his car. They couldn't work on the car to replace the radiator.
Yeah.
Even though it was a freak accident like that. 2 years later, the same thing happened again at Martinsville to him. Piece of track comes up and goes through the grill into the radiator. That time, they go, okay, that's just a freak accident of the track ripping up. We're going to let you replace the radiator on the red. It wasn't like you were in a wreck or something. That's just
yeah, it's ironic that it happened to him twice though.
at the same track.
At the same track.
Jeff Gordon gets all the shit.
It wasn't even his bad season. It was,
That's like Talladega. Like Talladega, there's always nasty crashes. I don't know what it is about that track.
it's the speeds.
It's like it's there's nothing you can do about it. There's
It's the
always
speeds. You're running four
So-
wide because it's wide enough.
That's just a bad idea. Going 4 wide. That's just not.
That track is wide enough. You can
Smart
pull
idea.
four wide. When you start pulling four wide at like Carolina or something,
And I mean,
which you've seen them do.
what's the majority of the models of the cars that they're all driving now? Or is
I
it
think Chevy's
Chevy?
dominant.
And I mean, what's the max speed that those can go? Is it 210?
No, since Bill Elliott did that, they've been toning it down, but it's gone back up. They're actually hitting 200, 207. I think it's been the fastest we've seen lately in the tandem racing at
That's-
Daytona.
Just going 100's scary. I couldn't even imagine like going 200. That's
No, thank you.
fuck that.
Like, people give NASCAR shit about it's just turning left. It's like, could you imagine being out there doing 200? And it's not just like you're sitting in your car going on the highway,
Yeah,
tooling around. I mean,
you couldn't pay me to go 200 miles an hour unless I had a straightaway, had lots of room to move around, and I was,
I want to do the freaking
you know.
petty driving experience. Do the ride along. If the ride alongs actually get top speed,
Oh, there you go.
I'd do that.
I'd probably piss myself, but yeah.
Fucking, cause you can either do the ride along or you can drive yourself around the track.
Wow.
And I'd love to do the ride along. If the ride along actually hits the speeds that the guys do.
I'd be terrified.
Like the
whole time.
pre-race used to have a segment with one of the ex-drivers that was now a broadcaster, and he'd have a celebrity or something in the passenger seat of a ride-along car, and he'd get it. He'd be going like race speed. He'd get it as close to the wall as he could.
Yeah.
He's scared the hell. There was a couple of people he scared the hell out of because how close he's getting to the wall coming out of 4.
Yeah.
It was hilarious to watch.
I can imagine. But yeah. I was trying to think of at least another rage moment to get
Yeah.
to, but
I have too many.
I'm having a hard time coming up with
One good one.
no, I can think of good ones. I'm just trying to think of one that really
Sticks out.
sticks out. I mean, that car one was one, but I was trying to think of a second one. I just thought of a good one. There was a Star Wars game for N64, and literally there was this train level where you're like jumping over fucking shit while you're on a train that's moving. I rage quit on that so many times because there was no way it was happening. I made it to the end one time, and it was like the last fucking thing, but I had no idea I had to jump over it, and I died instantly and had to start all over again. It's like, fuck this, I'm done. Threw the controller down.
Helping my mom with I can't remember. I think it's the first Gears.
Darksiders?
First Gears.
Remember that?
No, Gears.
Oh, on the train?
The train. The fucking
That
train.
part was so hard.
Like, I was looking at a walkthrough online. There's like one more wall you gotta hop over and do one thing on, and that's it. That's all you gotta do, and the game's over.
Wow.
I'll make
you
it.
have to beat this big, irritating guy, and it's near impossible unless you're playing co-op.
Because you gotta not only kill him, you gotta look out for the rakes around you. Or not rakes. On the wrong
The
game.
bats.
What are the bats in that game?
I forget.
Krill?
Krill.
The Krill. He's got minions coming at you at the same time, and I think you have to use the Hammer of Dawn
It's
to
just
kill
Krill.
him.
No, you don't have. It's not the Hammer of Dawn. You have the machine gun.
Machine gun, that's right.
You need the hammer down to beat the final boss in the third one. Though.
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
my friend.
No,
Dan,
the second one.
I watched him play against her. I was like, fuck that. Like, that's fucking hard. He did it so many times. I was frustrated for him.
And I was on the easy setting helping her with this.
I was on the hard setting.
And you can't do it even on the easy. I mean, you tried doing it for her, too.
No, I didn't. I never got a chance to. I helped with Darksiders.
No, you helped on Gears as well, because I had you do it because you played Gears.
Even I didn't beat that part because I didn't have anyone to help me, and I was not gonna.
I got to that
flip out trying to.
I got to that last wall, and when I was hopping over the wall, I got killed because he bull rushed me and I didn't see him. And then I died in the first wall. I was getting so fucking pissed I couldn't even freaking concentrate at that point.
I remember I was just on that car, just fighting him the whole time, trying to kill him. Because you can't get by the wall until you kill him. Because somebody's got to keep him distracted, and somebody has to be up on the turret hitting him. And then if you're playing one player, you got to worry about freaking. What's his name?
You gotta get Dom.
Dom's dumbass, who's dying all the time.
I'm
He
down.
won't stay
I
in
I
cover.
failed that mission more times because
Just trying
Dom
to save
died.
Dom.
That was one time. Dom.
I'd rather just have him sit his ass out and not help.
I said that to him once. Like I shout, "You go fucking sit over there. Don't touch anything. Don't look at anything. Behave."
Don't you even think about anything.
Looks at his rifle.
Starts moving. I smack him. I told you to stay still.
Yeah, that's all I got for rage moments.
I got too many.
Yeah.
Way too many. We'll be here for days. We'll never leave.
Dude.
I love Gears of War though. That's a good series.
Yeah, I
Never-
kind of want to play 3 again. 3
Never
was
got
fun.
into it.
3 was fun.
I never get into like the big time multiplayer games like Gears. I couldn't get into. Couldn't
Army
get into
2?
Halo. Couldn't get into Call of Duty. Couldn't get into.
I
Fucking,
have not played the new Halo yet.
How about Army of 2? That was a good game.
It was an interesting concept with the whole like, both your characters. If one dies, you lose.
Yeah.
Really heavily based on team play.
Yeah, basically.
I was
It's
playing.
stupid to just play single player on it. You need to have at least one other. You need to have the other person.
I was playing one of the GTA's. There was a mission you had to use a bike. Now I suck at bikes on GTA.
Yeah, you do.
And-
Bikes are hard, man.
You had to chase down this person, and it was a long chase. I finally get towards the end of it, and I got hit somehow. And I think it was I want to say it was Vice City. And I got hit. I went flying and landed in the water.
You sure it's not San Andreas?
I know there's a
With the
really
train?
long bike chase. in
No,
San
because I
Andreas.
landed in the water.
Did you?
I got hit and landed in the
You
water.
know the one I'm talking about, though. When you chase the train with the
Oh god, yeah.
fucking...
That one wasn't as bad as when you have to chase that guy for your cousin.
Yeah, I know.
I got hit by something and flew and landed in the water
Good pass.
and drowned. So that's how I know it was either 3 or Vice City. And I was pissed. That's how my first controller died. Because I hummed it across the room.
Nice. Good job, JD.
It's like it was already the 3rd or 4th time I'd done it.
Yeah.
Because something else happening. And when I just got freaking T-boned by a car that ran a red light, I had the green. Just splash. Just hum the control and it hit the freaking entertainment center.
I just love driving the boats off of really tall ramps in the water.
Yeah, me too.
You shake the control and you hear. It's a fucking Macarena, not Macarena.
Fucking
I threw a controller on the ground and it shattered.
Hmm?
That was the end of that.
Well, you controlled it. You
Yeah, one of my controllers.
wasn't that my controller that gave you?
No.
Somebody
That was
broke.
another
That
one.
was Joel. I think the helmet controller that was mine that broke.
I broke one of mine because I threw it face down and one of the joysticks just went
I had two
straight
red controllers.
inside.
I had two red controllers. Now I have one because like I said, I think it was Joel had it, and he got pissed at Call of Duty and hummed it,
See, that doesn't surprise me.
and it shattered.
Breaking stuff.
That wasn't me.
I mean, like shattered.
He
That
didn't
GameCube
replace it.
controller that we stomped on.
Yeah.
Was in more pieces. Was in more solid pieces. Sorry.
See, I can honestly say I've never thrown a controller on the ground.
The only
I've thrown a
piece-
controller on the ground. I don't think I've ever
Serious?
broken one.
The only piece he brought me was the battery. He goes, this and a trigger was all I could find. He goes, we found the faceplate a couple days later, but
That's pretty funny. In a way, I mean, it sucks for your controller.
I went over to his house a couple days. I gave it to him because it wasn't charging anymore. So I mean,
Oh,
yeah, it sucks that he broke my controller, but I wasn't that
So
That was a trip.
I wasn't that upset about it
I went for him.
because I wasn't using it because it wouldn't charge recharge your battery anymore.
Not really.
You could plug the charger cable into it and keep it on, but it wouldn't charge that battery. You could take the battery out, put it in another controller with the charging cable, and it would charge it. Then you could throw it back in that controller. But
Is that Crosby?
I pegged him.
Yeah, he's picking on you.
that happened with both my red ones. That's why I don't use the red controller anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm just
The white controller.
praying
I
to
have,
God that
the
doesn't happen with my silver.
the-
I love my silver one.
The joystick is sticky,
And what?
so it drifts.
What?
The white one I have. One of the black ones is starting to do it, and my Gears one is starting to do it, and my wired one is perfect.
Yeah, but that happened a
Yeah,
lot
for
with the
now.
joysticks.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I never use it. That's my backup for the backup.
It's just abuse of the sticks.
I take good care of my Gears one though.
Yeah, but it's old.
It's just out of
Not even a
use.
year old.
I mean, it's out of use. I mean, you got to think
Out of use.
a lot of games, like in hockey, you're constantly in one direction.
No, you're constantly changing direction.
That my brother
If
uses.
you're one direction
Well, I
in
mean,
this game,
Up and down. It's either in the up direction or
My
up,
brother's
side,
always
left,
using
right,
it too.
down, sideways. I don't know. I'm not
so
sure.
you're constantly in a direction. So it's constantly not in center. So it's gonna go off center.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the only people it really matters to is if you snipe.
And those are the people that have the fucking modded controller with the fucking. Yeah, I can
Because
see
it used
that
to happen to
there.
Joel all the time. He'd be sniping, all of a sudden the gun would start drifting.
I don't snipe though.
I'm not a sniper either.
I'm up in the face with an M60, and that's shaking all over the place.
It would
when I
happen to
shoot it.
Cam because my controls are like that. They all drift.
This one doesn't seem bad. The sticks on this
That one doesn't get used too often. It's the backup. Because I have my silver. But when he's using my controller playing Battlefield when we're switching off, he'd be sniping and all of a sudden it just start moving on him.
I remember one of mine. The movement was, and I, like my whole person himself was.
That happened to me in
But I
Fallout.
was near a ledge and I didn't know, and I went.
Clamped it.
That's
Dan, you
bullshit,
just need
though.
to stop playing hockey tonight. That's all you need to do.
I want to play hockey right now.
You might witness.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could only see the reaction that we just.
Dan
You,
tried
you,
to
you
shoot
might
5
witness
hole on
a
their goalie.
rage moment right now.
Yeah.
We're all trying to be quiet and watch Dan play. That all got picked up. That's great. Come on, Dan. You know you want to.
Turned it off.
Gimme.
Come on, Dan. You know you want to say something. You know you want to snap. You cheating son of a bitch. Give her. Oh, you make him stupid?
Oh man, that's funny shit.
Dan has covered himself up. He's just gonna
Well,
be
that's all I
quiet.
got to say.
That's all he's got to say about that.
Oh,
Covered a lot.
sorry for the,
We're an hour in.
constant switching of subjects, but
They're used to it.
yeah.
You okay?
No, I think his inside's hurt.
But I'm really looking forward to Christmas because I have so many games that I've
Whoa.
put on my Christmas list. One I'm really looking forward to trying, if I get it. If not, I'm buying it myself. Is Forza Horizons because I want to try. That's one of the games that's compatible with Smart Glass.
Yeah, I remember you telling me last week.
So I really want to try that. I really want to see what it does and how it works and whatnot.
When my games come out till next year. It's sad. At the beginning of next year.
Yeah, like I said, I'll be going to PAX in March, and during lunch, I will either have this recorder with me, or I will have my phone. I'll guarantee to have my phone, but I'll either record with this or my phone. And if I record with my phone, I'll have it uploaded during lunch. I'll have it uploaded and being processed that day. Of what I have seen, and if I recruit anybody during lunch, or if whoever goes with me, if anybody goes with me.
I'm going.
I would love to go if I have the money.
I can pay for you.
But I'll be there.
Pay for me, man.
I'll be there both Friday and Saturday.
I don't even know if I could get tickets now.
Yeah, you could probably still get
You can get
a single day pass. Single day passes normally don't sell out for a while.
Single day passes for
Yeah.
1 day.
I had to buy 2 separate passes. I had to buy a Friday and a Sunday and a Saturday.
What did I do?
Because you're gonna buy Friday, Saturday, or Sunday passes,
How much
or
are individual passes, like single passes?
$35.
So $70. That's not bad.
What you'd
That
pay
was funny,
for
man.
the 3-day pass is what I paid for 2 days. So basically, when you buy a 3-day, you get a 3rd day free.
Oh, there you go.
The 3-day pass sold out in like 32 hours.
Yeah.
And I knew about it.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
5 days later.
Huh.
So I was like, son of a bitch. And then I couldn't even get a hold of one because freaking fuckface online wouldn't work with me.
Yeah, I remember. I was talking about that on 36. You were saying you weren't sure if he was gonna.
No, he never emailed me back.
What a dick.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was willing to work with him, but no. Anyway,
How did I miss with Boychuk?
I think that's all we got.
That was high stick.
Dan?
What?
Anything else to add?
I said I was done a while ago.
Dan?
Yeah, we're done.
Pro tip?
Pro tip.
Bro, take-
Number I made up.
Please.
If she cheated with you, she'll cheat on you.
That's so true. I'm gonna give him a minute. Dan is pulling it up.
Bro tip's coming. Don't worry.
Are you fucking kidding me, you piece of...
Wow, he still poked that away. He's trying to find a good one.
No, I'm waiting for it to load. I
Oh.
have no service apparently. Which is weird.
Just be patient, y'all. It's coming.
Eventually.
Yeah!
Ah, nice shot.
That's how you do it.
Charge that net, motherfucker.
Fuck you, faggot.
Good job, Dan. You made Dan sad.
Is this still recording?
We're waiting on Dan for the road trip.
Which I don't.
Nice job, Sagan.
Oh, we're not.
We're not
We're
doing
not.
it.
We're not getting one.
We're not
Okay.
getting number. Wait.
Nope.
No pro tip. All right.
No pro tip this week. Sorry, guys.
Well, have a good night, everybody.
Good night, Gotham.
Come on,
City.
Paye. Get it.